Hey guys, it's the Metalblade 5. Welcome back to more Azure Striker Gunvolt. Last time, we stormed the subaquatic base and defeated Merrick, the slothful conjurer. And this time, we're going to accept one of the other missions. But first, again, as you can tell by my better rank and time, I went back and did some more challenges, and now I can make some more stuff for Gunvolt. And Gunvolt also ended up reaching level 10 by the end of all this as well. In which he learned a new skill too. Septimal Burst channels latent septimal energy to temporarily accelerate EP recovery. I myself personally don't really use this one that much, but it's still a helpful ability, so I'm gonna keep it on for the time being. And of course, I have some more materials to make some more equipable accessories. Starting off with, I made a second shield medallion, and now I can make the Shield Medallion Plus, which halves all damage taken. Though, oddly, whenever you're using an item that you are currently equipped, you currently have equipped when using the synthesis, you need to unequip it. It's kind of dumb like that. I can also make the Osmotic Eye, which it boosts the effect of health recovery pickups, which is very nice, and that unlocks a whole bunch of other things for me. I really like the flash focus, and that's what I'm going to try and focus on when it comes to these contact lens equips. And we can also make the Boost Band, which gives us an air hop while jumping at the cost of 150 EP. It's basically like a really short double jump. Between this and the Traction Ring, I personally prefer the Traction Ring because it lets you do an air dash, and I feel that kind of works a little bit better a lot of the time, but, you know, again, the air hop's still very useful, and obviously I'm going to keep that on for the time being. But anyway, as I'm equipping all this stuff before we enter the level, one final thing to mention is that for now, because I can't see the boss health bars when using my Switch at 100% TV output, so that, you know, my capture card will actually record the whole thing, I decided to instead just go back and keep it at 95% where it actually fits the size of my TV screen rather than being cut off. And I'll just remove the black bars around the sides in editing by cropping it out. Because not being able to see those health bars kind of does really mess up with my gameplay and whole strategy against the bosses as well. Now, for who I'm going to go after next, unlike Mega Man, for once, you do not get any boss weapons upon defeating a boss. And as such, there are no weaknesses for bosses. You just gotta use your own skill. Meaning that you really can just sort of do the bosses in any order you want. There's no, like, sort of optimal pattern. And for who I'm going to do next, which I don't even know why I'm building up because you're already going to get spoiled by the thumbnail, I personally like to go in the order of columns. So we're going over to the Media Tower. What am I up against this time, Asimov? You know Utu Media Tower? Sumeragi broadcasted the Muse's songs from there. I need you to scale the tower's exterior and subdue any threats. I'll commence my attack from the inside, and work my way through that way. Right now, Utu is back to broadcasting Sumeragi's typical media drivel, such as, Sumeragi is peace, Sumeragi is prosperity. But first, a word from our sponsors, Raid Shadow Legends! With over 10 million downloads! Joule will probably feel more at ease once we shut this operation down. Asimov. Of course, this is going to be no walk in the park. Many dangers are present. I'll be expecting great things from you. Standing watch over the media tower, Sumeragi's shining sentinel, Jota. Light and lightning will soon clash and be tested. So, starting off, we got this enemy here. There's two types of these guys. Ones that fire straight lasers from either side, and these ones that will fire in sort of a 90-degree angle when Gunvolt is below the laser. Which, it doesn't even work when I'm standing directly beneath them. Great, okay. But for the main gimmick of this level, you have these sort of trampoline platforms that will send you upward, because this is a very vertical level, as you can guess from it being a tower and stuff. And of course, there's also quite a few bottomless pits as well, which of course you get. Instant death if you fall into them. Not even reincarnation, I think, can bring you back from that. Ooh, just continue on and get through here. So, one other thing I should have quickly mentioned last time when talking about my whole thing with the whole cutscenes and the Japanese voice acting and stuff, is that there technically is a way to turn off the voices, but it's not as straightforward as you would think with other games. There's a language option in which you... Ah, damn it, I didn't mean to take the checkpoint, I did that by instinct. I'll save a rant for that later after I'm done talking about this. There is a language option to just have English without Japanese voices, however, it's not as straightforward as that. The thing is, when this game, came out on the 3DS, it actually had a different translation to the one in the Striker Pack. The Striker Pack translation is sort of more closer to what they say in Japanese, and overall I feel it's much better than the original one, because the original one had some really weird writing at points. Like, for example, in the cutscene when you first at Gunvolt's apartment, and you're talking to Joule and Lumen, Lumen actually straight up flirts with Gunvolt, but that does not happen at all in the original translation, and obviously in the Striker Pack as well. I'm getting hit a whole bunch as well here because I'm kind of fucking ranting. Oh yeah, I find it a bit strange, and again, I think the Striker Pack translation is just overall much better. So yeah, I didn't want to obviously go with what I felt was the inferior dialogue as well. And obviously, you know, go with that, have me reading out all of that stuff, like it's some sort of weird fan fiction of sorts. So yeah, but anyway, the thing that I was talking about with the checkpoints is that I was actually trying to go into this with doing the whole trying to reach over 1,000 thing, because I did actually manage to do that in the subaquatic base by, you know, ignoring all the checkpoints and stuff, and you know, just focusing on the challenge and stuff. And obviously, I didn't really explain what that did before, because it does actually kind of spoil a bit about Lumen, actually. When you reach 1,000 credits at one time, kudos. I don't know why I called it credits. It's not like freaking Star Wars or whatever. I don't know how the dialogue suddenly came back on there as well. When you reach 1,000 kudos at one time, you will go into a process called Overdrive, in which Lumen will sing her song, and I think the dialogue suggests that it's kind of like Gunvolt's getting powered up, but I don't really know if it actually has that much of an effect in this game. They kind of expand upon it in the sequel by sort of giving like accessories that have specific effects that only apply during Overdrive. But yeah, you basically, you get the power of anime music on your side, because you got like freaking, you know, Japanese lyrics that you can't understand just going on in the background and stuff. So yeah, again, sort of mention that because, again, I think it's very unlikely that I'll be able to see that in this LP, because, again, whenever I see a checkpoint, I just think I have to go after it because I'm just worried I'm going to die, because this game is hard. Again, I keep saying it, but, you know, it's hard. Especially obviously because I have memories when I first played this on the 3DS, and obviously I just had a lot more difficulty with that time, which I think was partly because I got this on my original 3DS. It was before I got my 3DS XL, and I feel like my hands kind of cramped a lot with having to do all like this stuff and like activating the flash field and jumping and dodging attacks and stuff all at the same time with, you know, my big hands on a small console and stuff. Okay. Anyway, I think we're actually getting near the end of the level, actually. I remember this bit was kind of freaking annoying with the trampolines, though, because sometimes you have to, like... Well, okay, I want that. Sometimes, you have to, you can influence your direction with the control stick. And, sometimes you want to do that, and sometimes you don't. And goddamn, that enemy placement is so jerkish. Yeah, shit, I gotta kill you the old-fashioned way by just shooting you. And then head up here. Again, they love the freaking turrets here. How did I not get hit by that laser? That actually surprised me. Okay, you want to jump down here. Another checkpoint. Again, I think. Okay, for this. Yes, okay, thankfully I destroyed him. And then, is this the bit I'm thinking of? Okay, I think it's after this. It gets freaking swarmed again by a bunch of enemies. Another thing, I get some money out of that. And then, yeah, this is the bit I'm thinking of. This is actually at the very end of the level. Sometimes you want to influence your direction by holding the control stick but other times you don't like that, and I freaking hate that. Okay, there. Okay, I need to let go because I was going to overheat. Look, I don't really need to use the flash field. What's that? Okay, is that? Okay, no, wait. This is another case of it, yeah. But again, use the flash field to there. This is just for the boss. You want to jump down here and use the flash field. Okay, I messed up a bit because I forgot about another feature here. If you press down and B on a very thin platform, you just fall right through it. It's like Smash Brothers in that regards! Oh my god, I just need... Because, yeah, that's the Joule for this level. For God's sakes, just land on the stupid thing! Oh my god, why? Why do you do this to me, Gunvolt? Maybe if I use my, my air hop. There, okay, use the air hop. Or the air dash if you have that. Thank God. Oh my god. There was something else I wanted to talk about, but I'm gonna have to save it probably for the next episode now. Okay, we've made it to the top of this area. You with Sumeragi? My men were warned about a lightning-wielding adept. Seems like that was you. This is as far as you go, Gunvolt. I am Jota, Sumeragi's shining sentinel, defender of our nation's glory. This tower is a gallant symbol that spreads our message far and wide. I will not be defeated by traitorous scum like you! Light, become one with me! Jota was a complete nightmare for me when I played this on the 3DS, but with more practice and on the Striker Pack, I find him way easier. His main gimmick is that he shoots all these lasers from the little, like, spikes that make up his, like, Septimus suit. And his other attack is this, where he sends those same spikes and turns them into drills, but the flash field redirects their flight path, I guess, away from you. And that's all he does for the time being. Of course, he has a little bit more once you take down his first health bar, as of course with all bosses. He's a little bit tricky to hit a lot of the time, because as he's fading away, he basically becomes invincible, because you can't tag him, and you can't even hit him with the flash field anymore. Of course, just make sure to keep charging it up, though, so that you obviously don't overheat. And of course, also use the flash field to slow your descent when jumping from the lasers, to make the timing a bit easier. I always prefer when he uses this attack because he stays around for much longer, so thus you can do way more damage to him. Oh, fuck me! He's gonna be right on top of me. Also, yeah, one other thing to mention, actually, the spikes do actually hurt you when they're flying back to him in the laser attack, so just be forewarned about that. I should have mentioned that earlier. Okay, so now his first third of his health bar is down. He does this attack, or he shoots a whole bunch of lasers. You have to get behind him to avoid that. And for some reason, it becomes really difficult to tag him when he does that, so you kind of have to rely on flash field contact damage to do this. Of course, he's going to use this again. He also has another variation to his laser attack now, where he'll fire the lasers one by one, rather than all at the same time. And this. Just gotta wait for him to stop doing that. Good. He's gonna use it. Okay, yeah. He also likes to fake you out, but I thought he didn't do that until the last third, though. I guess I was wrong. Okay. So which version is this? Gonna be the one where he fires them one at a time, or what? Yes. Okay. Damn. This one kind of trips me up a little bit whenever, in case I get like unlucky at one. The one that ends up being a bad spot for me to dodge to. Oh, okay. Yeah, that attack. Where he shouts, "Rush your Stinger!" Which I assume is the name of the attack. Yeah, he charges at you, so just jump out of the way, and then just redirect the drills, obviously, with the flash field like before. Oh my god. Ooh, that was kind of close. My god, will you please stop spamming this attack? I've never had him use this attack that many times in a row. Okay, there. Yes, okay. Last third. So, you want to be really fast with this. Get behind him! He creates a giant laser that covers the very top of the screen, and he'll charge straight towards you. That's not how they intend for you to dodge it, but I find it way easier than the actual way you're supposed to dodge that. The way you're supposed to dodge it is that you have to keep shooting at him when he charges towards you, and it'll actually slow him down to the point that the laser will disappear and you just jump over him. But I'm not really the best at doing that, so I just use the trick where you just jump behind him. Okay. It's very close to dying. Actually, maybe... You know what? I'm fucking sick of him doing this. I'm gonna finish him off with the Astrosphere. And oh boy, that skill we just learned. Oh man, I'm so excited we got that! That's a wrap. Excellent work taking down that boasting menace. You gave me enough time to secure the inner tower. Shall we return to the rendezvous point? No problem. I'll head that way now. Well, let's see. I'm always a little bit finicky. Yeah, this level always takes quite a long time for me to beat, and I think because I kind of stalled a bit, and because I got stuck at the end trying to get the Joule, I kind of added a bit more to the time, though. Okay, I did way better with getting the medals, though. So I got 8 tries here. What was it? Custom Server Photon. Hell, I always give weird names to the items. 2 left. It's symmetrical now. And obviously got the Joule. Well, of course, we don't get another gun. I think that's not until maybe after the next boss or the one after that. I had a voicemail from Asimov. This is a pretty rare situation. We've just been on the phone to him the whole time! Gunvolt, have you been taking on any challenges? Oh my god, we're gonna get another fucking tutorial about something I already explained. Challenges allow you to add more difficult sub-objectives to missions. You can attempt up to 3 at a time, even though it's a really stupid restriction. There's no charge for trying, and successes will be rewarded handsomely. There's no punishment if you fail, so feel free to keep trying. Open the menu and select the top middle icon for a list of challenges. Keep checking back. More challenges are added as you complete missions. That's all. Good luck. Okay, of course, I'm gonna go over that skill we got, because, oh man, I always put in this slot. Luxcalibur deploys a large electric blade in the direction Gunvolt is facing. This does a shit ton of damage to anything hit by, even bosses. Like, for example, with Jota, one time I used the skill on him when just after he had reached, like, the last third of his HP, and it just killed him straight there. Like, it's that powerful. And of course, it's a very large object as well. It takes up a big area, so you can hit a bunch of things with it. The only downside is that it uses 2 SP instead of 1, like all the other skills we've seen so far. So of course, you want to use it wisely, and I pretty much always just use it for boss fights anyway. But yeah, I always keep that one. That is one of the best skills in my opinion. I'm pretty sure we can't make anything new though, other than the recharge lens, which I don't even want because I don't like the downside to it. So yeah. Anyway, of course, one more conversation with Joule, which hopefully is not a fucking tutorial this time, and then obviously to end it off. Hey, Joule. Alright. I just talked about this last time, about how this freaking conversation happens every time you get the freaking Joules. Now the proper conversation. I can't sing, so I'm just gonna let the Japanese voice do that. We were watching videos online. Suddenly, Joule started to sing. It sounded like the same song from the video we were watching. I feel like I've heard this somewhere before. Is this a Lumen song? Nope. It's a song from a car commercial! Of course! Ah, now that you mention it, well, I guess this is supposed to take place in Japan, so I guess they would have very funky car adverts. That's right. It was for some car company. Sakurazaki, I believe. They had a commercial for this obnoxiously gaudy pink car. Made me wonder what kind of person would buy a car like that. Barbie? Sometimes you can't help but blurt these songs out. Yeah, there was a conversation I really wanted to have come up, and unfortunately it was like the conversation that happened like just before I started recording this video, so I'd have reincarnation ready in case something bad happened, and it bugs me so much now that it probably won't come up again, but there is a conversation where Gunvolt talks about how Joule is playing a video game where you shoot girls to make them fall in love with you. The game that they're referring to is Galgun, which is another game made by Inti Creates, the same company that made this game. In fact, Inti Creates are actually the same people that made Mega Man 9 and 10, and the Zero games before that, which explains the whole Mega Man thing! I wanted to save that for later, but I kind of realized I just jumped the gun there with talking about the Galgun reference. So I guess of how this game sort of came out when Mega Man was on that big hiatus, they must have been like, fine, I'll do it myself, and we got a very cool series out of it. So anyway, next time on Azure Striker Gunvolt, gonna go after the next of the adepts, which of course, now that I've mentioned what order I go into, it's going to be right here at the biochemical plant. So take care, and I'll see you guys next time.